Good afternoon, people. Welcome. It is the 12th. No, it's not the 12th. Yes, it is. Is it the 12th of March? I think it's the 12th, he says, confidently. Yes, 12th of March. I've got confused there for a moment. What I'm doing is, I'm just here at the table. I've got to make up a glaze. Let's talk about that. So I'm making up a glaze from dry ingredients. Okay, I keep my glaze materials in these buckets. So everything is here. I'm going to need. You want to make sure that you've got a couple of clean buckets. One to mix the. This thing that doesn't look so clean, does it? Got something there. That's okay. It's going to go through the screen anyway. So basically, a couple of clean buckets. You're going to need a weighing scale, a scoop, something to weigh, put the ingredients in when they're on the scale. You're going to need a respirator dust mask, one of those guys. You're going to need a list of your ingredients so that you can tick them off as you go. There is the recipe with the amounts. Now all these amounts, you'll see that they are in pounds, but I have converted them all into ounces. So the whole recipe I will be weighing in ounces like that. Okay, you're going to need a pencil because you're going to tick them off as you put them into the bucket. Every one that goes in, you give it a tick, because it's very easy to get confused, especially when you get a little older. So there we go. So let's get on with that. This is my glaze that I use pretty much. I use it in a lot of places, like, say, for example, on this mug, this whitey, creamy, milky color. There on this bud vase, which has got clay all over it because I've been using it as a rounder, but it makes a nice background glaze. Now this is a glaze that is suitable for cone 10 in reduction. Okay, it's not suitable for cone 6. This is a cone 10 glaze. Take note. So let's have a look. What's the first thing that's on our list? We have flint, and we're going to need 64 ounces of that. So let's bring this over here a bit. I'll try and do this in an organised way as I can. I recently acquired this new weighing balance, which is sort of taking over from the other ones that I've been using for years on end. These guys, which have been okay, but you know, they need batteries, and gosh, they eat batteries. Every time I go to it, it seems like I've got to put a new set of batteries in. Also, the readout is not illuminated, whereas on this one it is. This is quite a nice, as you can see, it's got an easy to read, illuminated readout there. And you can weigh in pounds, grams, or ounces. All right. So we're going to put that on there. Now, first of all, we're going to turn it on. Then we're going to put that on there, and then we're going to zero it. Okay, now he's on 0. So now I've got to get out of here. 4 pounds of flint. Well, there's not enough in that bag. So I'm going to have to open Right. What I'm going to have to do is put this on at this stage, my mask. So just bear with me as I do that. Woo. So, right, got my mask on. Now this, you may find this a little bit boring, just to warn you, but right, I want 64 ounces. Which is a goodly amount. Very good indeed. Yeah, what's nice about this scale is it reads up to 50 pounds. 50 pounds it will weigh to. 64 ounces, 64 on the nail. That is 64 on the nail. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take that, carefully put it into our bucket here. Back to 0. Right. Oops. Right, what have I got to do now? This is where you have to be careful you don't forget. And that is, I've got to tick this off, you see. Right, next, kaolin, 44 ounces. Where is my kaolin? Down here, here it is. Kaolin. Kaolin. How much is that, did I say? Oh, 44. There it is, on the nail, 44. Right in there, like that, and we tick him off. Next, feldspar, 62 ounces. Feldspar, where's the feldspar? This is the feldspar. Custer feldspar. This kind of feldspar comes from Custer's Last Stand. So 62 ounces. That was a moth. $62 ounces. There you go. 62 ounces on the nail. Okay. Da, 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 da. Right. Right, put that in the bucket. Like that. Now we need whiting. There was an old man from Whiting. He was rather exciting. So this is whiting, yes, whiting. So we want 30 ounces of that. Ooh, too much. Too much. 30. Yep, 30 on the nail. 30. Tick him off. Right, next. Talc. Talc. Talc is 18. Ooh, that's a grey looking talc, isn't it? Imagine coming out of the bath and putting some of that nice grey talc on you. Right, 18 ounces. $18 on the nail. There he goes. Pencil. Right, lastly, we're going to need bentonite. Bentonite. 2 ounces of bentonite is all we require. That's it. 2 ounces of bentonite, not much. Tick him off. Okay. So there it is. You've seen me. Now you'll see here, if you want to turn this recipe into a Celadon glaze for cone 10, all you have to do is add the 4 ounces down here, the 4 ounces of synthetic red iron oxide. You can use it though, you see, without the red iron oxide, and you have a white milky glaze. If you add the red iron oxide, that will give you in reduction a nice jade green in reduction there. Okay, so there is that. Now what I got to do is, let's have a look. Yeah, I've got to put some water. I'm going to put some water in here now. Alright, so I'll break the video here at this point because I've got to put water in there and hang on a minute, I'll take my mask off I think now. If I can get out of the thing, I'm trapped in it. yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as I said, I lost my glasses. They're all tied up with this wretched mask. This is why I don't like wearing masks. Because it's all tied together. But I should show you to use a mask because, for obvious reasons, yes, you should wear a mask. Alright, so what I need to do is I need to add some water to that dry mix. But before I do that, I'm going to give it a stir. And I have one of these wooden, it's actually I got it at my local shop, it's a Cajun stir paddle, but it's actually quite good for this kind of thing. So just without creating dust, especially if you've taken your mask off, what you're going to do is just give it a basic stir up like this, a dry stir. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in here some water. In the next video you're going to see me using my good friend Eddie from Illinois, who sent me this, and I know he's desperate for me to show it to you, his homemade screening apparatus. So we're going to put that to good use. That'll be in the next video coming up. Okay, meanwhile I'm going to get that nicely slaked down the in that bucket there, the dry mix. Okay, what was I going to say? Yes, if you're interested in a Leach treadle wheel, I have one. I'm going to be picking up a new batch in a week from my carpenter, and there will be one. In fact, theoretically there's two wheels available. One will be in a kit form. The other one, well, I actually said to him, to my carpenter John, I said, look John, could you make me up one for me? Because I actually want to have another one here in the studio. But I could always let it go at a pinch if somebody really wanted it. But that one is a complete wheel, it's not a kit. It'll be 100% finished. Whereas the other wheel that's available will be a kit wheel. So if you're interested in either of the two, you can let me know. Write to me, simonleachpottery@gmail.com. That's the guy. Yeah, so give us a shout if that interests you. If you want to come on a workshop, although workshops are a little bit, a little bit iffy at the moment with the, in the air. So, but I'm still planning to. I have a workshop at the end of this month. If people want to cancel out of workshops or want to postpone the workshop, I understand, of course. However, I am still planning to go ahead with the workshops that I have already scheduled. If people want to drop out, just let me know. Write to me if that's what you feel is the right thing to do for you. I will try to, for people who do come on the workshop here, we will try to, be as healthy as we can. If you do have, and you're coming on one of my workshops here, and you have flu-like symptoms, then it might be a better idea perhaps if you don't come. For the sake of all. Yes. Okay folks, well that is it for the moment. Join me back here again shortly. We're going to get this slaked down, get it put through the screen, etc. Okay, hey, keep practicing. I'll see you around. Bye for now.